PoPolitickin, your number one source for hip-hop without all the, politics.
What's good? It's Doc Strange. I'm politicking with Poe. I'm PoPolitickin. Pray.
Welcome back to the PoPolitickin Show. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, iTunes, all that. I'm now politicking with my homie Doc Strange. What's good, bro?
What's happening, man? What's going on?
So I kind of, I saw the video Wizard, so I kind of probably know why they call you Doc Strange, but let's just let the people know why they call you Doc Strange.
I mean, it's pretty self-evident. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm an odd individual. I'm just kind of owning up to self, but I try to do it with a certain like flavor, I guess. You know what I mean? It's like just own that strangeness and manifest it in the dopest way possible. Really, you know what I mean? So.
And what's your hometown?
I'm originally from Bryan, Texas. It's a small town north of Houston, actually about an hour north of Houston. Grew up out there, linked up with my engineer Pat and another artist GQ Marley in college when I started my visual company, and we just started sharpening the sword out there, man. I was kind of behind the scenes working on group projects, kind of really getting comfortable with my production style, building the company up, trying to get the bread right, bread and timing. Two things, ever essential points you got to hit, and just kind of biding our time out there in the Bryan College Station area. So it's right next to College Station. Most people are a little more familiar with that, Texas A&M, Johnny Manziel, and all that. But it's a smaller city of the two. So. And
then you said I was reading that you're artist, producer, and a breadwinner. So break us down. Let us know how long you've been doing each one of those.
Man, I think I've been an artist since the jump. To be honest, I've always kind of had like an artistic flair for stuff, and really found that it was something that was necessary for my life. Something got me out of and through some dark periods. Kind of just enhanced my life in ways that I never thought possible, and not necessarily like through bread. It's a little bit different. It's more of like a spiritual sort of thing, like something like of purpose that you really enjoy. You have like a deeper vibe with. As far as producing, I've been doing that, I guess, on a either visual or music scale for 6 years now, maybe. Mm-hmm. So, and I've been doing music since I was young. I played a little bit of piano, a little bit of trumpet, kind of let that go. Got into sports and went from sports to drugs and doing that for a little bit. Kind of took a little tenure doing that, and then got back to the music. When I needed it, it showed up in my life again, and really kind of carried me forward to some of the other places that I've gotten within the last 2 years. I guess Texas is the furthest bull point. Breadwinner. That's self-explanatory, really, man. I try to get it. I got a lot of people that I feel like are dependent on me, family, friends, team, otherwise, and we just try to make a way with this stuff. Be creative with it, do it a little bit different than the next guy did, but at the same time, at the highest quality possible, and that takes funding. Everything worthwhile in this world takes funding, and you gotta be pretty creative when there's so many people out there trying to get that same cash. So,
I was just about to ask you how can people become a breadwinner, but you kind of outlined it right then.
Trying to give a little help, man. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of time. It was a lot of failure. Honestly, I'll be real. It didn't happen overnight. I kind of had a grand vision back in college. Was trying to get into an MD PhD sort of thing situation, and the rap had always been there. It had done. Had tried the whole like drug lifestyle thing. I did that for a few years, and I'd seen kind of where that was going and where a lot of my friends ended up. I was blessed to have even made it out of that sort of route. And I was trying to get serious with changing my life over, getting into science and stuff. I was always big into that, but the music just was there the whole time. And we kind of had a little thing halfway through college. It was a little bit of a rough patch, and the music was right there. You know what I mean? Kind of picked me up and again took me to the next level, took me to the next step. So mentally, spiritually speaking, I mean, it's a lot of bread. I mean, you spend a lot of money, and there's a lot of overhead in music, man. You're pouring money in until you start seeing some return on it
So
on
I
the
guess
way back. And
can you talk about, so what's like, I say for just a upcoming artist, give them an idea of a monthly budget, just so they know.
damn, I mean, all right, so I'm running two companies, so it's a little different for me, man. If I'm looking at just the music side of things, though, probably talking $2,000 a month, easy. And that's not including equipment, infrastructure and stuff. Like if we want to make purchases on, for instance, I just bought this new service book, about to buy a new audio interface and stuff. Just try to take the sound to the next level. Always trying to get it better. When we have that cash to spare. It just the spending really doesn't stop until you start having ways to recoup, sort of revenue streams, be it merch, be it music, be it touring. I've seen a few things work, but a lot of it is, it's complicated these days. It's not just like make the music and put it out there.
Yeah. You gotta have a plan. So who are some of your influences in music?
I'm gonna start down here in Texas. I kind of grew up on like old SUC tapes, DJ Screw, Devin the Dude. Devin the Dude was really one of my big influences growing up. Chameleonaire. I was on Chameleonaire.com pretty heavy as a youth. That was really where I got exposed to a lot of Chopped and Screwed music. Kind of got into that tempo. And that tempo kind of stayed with me. I've always been into slower paced music, the borderline psychedelic stuff, that vibe, dark. That's just kind of my cup of tea. And I kind of branched out from there. I got into, of course, your classics, Tupac, Biggie, Wayne. I would, huge Wayne head growing up all the way through high school, all the way into college. Jay-Z. I got Kanye. Those would probably be, the biggest right there. My regional influences and kind of those pillars in the game, so to speak. So.
And I would say what would you say makes you unique from other artists? You kind of been touching on it all interview, but I just want you to, answer this question.
Yeah, man, I mean, my life is fairly unique. I took a really different path to get here, you know what I mean? And it's a little raw. It was a little raw, man. It wasn't just like a pleasant walk to this direction. It took a minute, and I'm really about this music shit. I'm trying to bring it in with the cannabis. I want the two to coexist, and really kind of go to the next level with myself and with my team, not only in music but with the visuals. Doing large scale productions. I mean, it's we kind of have a full approach. Everything's in house. Everything's done top to bottom. That's the stuff that I really kind of live for. I'm doing the artistry side of it. I have this project. I've got several other projects dropping this year. Productions, I think 40, 50 something tracks coming this year. 2-3 year byproduct of 2-3 years of work. Mind you, it's not just like cooked it up overnight. But got a ton of stuff dropping this year. But really, I'm excited about doing some larger scale productions, some executive production stuff, some kind of behind the scenes, putting together, masterminding, big picture sort of things.
And it's like so many artists, so many rappers out here. So why should a fan follow you on your journey, vice any other artist?
I mean, I got some cool shit to say, and we're gonna put it and articulate it in a way that you really haven't, seen before. We integrate a visual approach that ties in with the sort of cinematic vibe a lot of our work is gonna have. We want it to give you that sort of movie feel, that emotional up and down, and give you some real life. A little bit of aspect of everything. From love to loss to fucking up to getting fucked up, man, to losing faith, losing a loved one. I mean, we're really trying to bring the full spectrum of the human experience to you in a package that's unique. And I mean, you will enjoy. I think people fuck with it. I really do. I think we got a lot of stuff, and if you don't fuck with one thing or one particular artist in the camp, you're gonna fuck with somebody else. So.
And speaking of that, I saw the Wizards video, and I know that's off the Cult EP. So I was going to ask you about your current projects, and if you want to name any of your the Click's current projects they should check out, where they should check it out.
Yeah, man. So I put before Cult dropped, I actually put it's like a 4-track. It was a B-sides project called Stare Here At. We kind of put that out as a warm-up. Rolled into Cult. We dropped 2 visuals with Cult. It's a 6-track. Wanted to be real short, real cinematic, right to the point, kind of like a Scorsese movie. To be honest, I mean it's a dark project. It's not gonna give you a really happy takeaway. So I can, but it's quick. You get into it, you get into the action, and you kind of get sucked into it if you give yourself a chance. It's a little progressive in the production. I was kind of out in left field. And a lot of life experiences going through, the stuff that inspired this project. And I think the production, I wanted it to reflect that, and kind of take you on that journey that I was going on. I've got a few other projects dropping, actually. We've got a couple records coming on GQ Marley's project. He was a feature there on Wizards. Couple records and a couple other individual productions coming out with Ron Da Vinci. He was on the Wizards track. Lee Trelly, who's actually fucking around somewhere here in the studio. But we got a few joints coming around on a collab effort. And he's got like 3 tapes dropping this year, including 2 visuals. Marley's got a couple visuals coming. Another younger guy in the camp, A-Jeezy. We've got, I'm helping him exec produce this project. It's going to be a little bit more vibey, kind of like an electric R&B feel. He's kind of got more of a vibey sound, and he's dropping in the year. So I mean, I think we have like 7 projects coming overall in camp. So it's byproduct of a lot of work, man. We really kind of climbed into this position, got down here, and good stuff started happening here in Houston. And Pat's actually Pat's our engineer, mixed all these projects with us. He's actually mixing next door right now on some heavy shit. We're seeing things from a different perspective, kind of. Certain things feel a little bit closer at this point, in a way, closer than they ever have. It was a vision before. Now, at least this year, we're kind of into the release cycle, and so certain things are becoming a reality. Certain progressions are being made, and it's nice to see after putting in a lot of hard work and money and effort, really, to seeing that kind of come around full circle. So.
And then I'll ask you, do you have any other interests or you support you want to talk about?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I'm big into herb, man. I'm trying to, I'm in that sector right now. I'm trying to get a company going by the end of the year. Brand development, we kind of do the marketing thing, but I think that's going to be the wave, and it's going to do a lot of good for people. And, I think in general, once the rest of the country gets on board, it could be an economic boon. You're talking about putting people to work, creating opportunities for people, man. I'm passionate about that shit. I'm going to talk about that, all day. I think Houston actually just passed a law. It's one of the most progressive cities in Texas now, for possession. They make you take like a 90-day decision-making course or something, which is for as conservative as out here, a big deal. So, I mean, small steps and shit, but that's kind of what I'm into, man. I'm into kind of the business side of that, and music, and really that's all I do with my life and my free time.
And then we've been kind of hitting on this, but I was gonna say, what tips would you give somebody trying to grow and increase their brand?
Man, you gotta kind of separate yourself. First you gotta identify your demographic. You gotta figure out who you're trying to target. You know what I mean? Like, what do you have? And you gotta keep it true to self. So what kind of stuff can you create? First off, that's the thing you need to know. And then once you get that on point, it's like, who's gonna want this? Who's actually gonna be looking for that? And if you keep it real with yourself, keep it straightforward. Keep it straightforward on your approach, you're not going to force yourself into some other box or some other role that you're not going to be able to fulfill. So you're creating a product that's actually honest, and that's the biggest thing with branding, man. You got to keep it real. You got to build on the strengths that you have, identify your weaknesses, and chop them out. I mean, it's like, I guess, anything in life, personal progression, building a brand. It's just it's knowing what you're good at, focusing on that, finding the people that want that, and then and delivering. Just, you know, bring the grade A, bring the A1.
What advice would you give to any aspiring artists, anybody wanting to get into this game?
Man, you gotta love it. Like, just being real. Like, if you're getting into music to make money, you better already have some other avenues for money coming in. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you go into business to make, you go into music to make music. You know. And you can make the money come. You know, you gotta treat certain things like a business, and certain people are better for that. And if that's not your thing, you need to have somebody around you that can do that. And you need somebody in your camp that you can trust that can play that role. It's a music business, and you gotta play both roles. But it starts with the music. You know, it's music then business. So. But
then, like, most people I interview, they always be like, "Man, make sure you know the business." They always say that.
I mean, for sure, I'm not knocking that at all. Like, it's absolute. Like, you don't want to get, you can be torn up in a shitty contract. You can get, there's 100 ways you can get fucked.
That's it. You heard about that Future deal? You heard about that?
The Rocco deal?
Yeah.
How many albums? Yeah. It was
not even the Rocco deal, the Epic deal too. I was like, he getting it both ways because he got to pay Rocco back. But then I guess Epic is paying Rocco back, so now he got to pay back Epic. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, shit. And he got it's a 360. And they're getting the money outside of music. They were going to recoup that money they pay Rocco. I'm like, that is crazy. That'll make me not even want to do music no more. I just, fuck it.
I mean,
I just give up. I mean, like, you crazy as hell. It's like you doing it for free. Shit, you really doing it for free like that? Like, oh my gosh.
What? I mean, he's not getting anything on tours, anything on merch or anything like that. What are his splits like? I mean, I figure.
No idea. That is crazy. That's what I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, they got deals like that now. I look at it like, why don't you just stay independent? Like, what's the purpose? Why would you sign a deal? Like,
platform. Like, what if he's got something else popping? You know what I mean? Like, he can't get that level of distribution, reach that many people independent. You know, it's just like, you just can't. It's impossible. But you gotta. I don't know, man. That's a large commitment. I got other shit popping in my life. You know, I would that I feel like is gonna, you know, bring forth fruit. You know what I mean? Like. And that's gonna kind of feed back into the music thing, you know. But I don't know. Maybe it's working for dude. I don't know.
All right, man. What would you like to say to all your fans, people who've been supporting your career so far?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Really do. Best is yet to come. We got a bunch of dope shit dropping this year. Better visuals. Some heavy stuff coming towards the end, towards the fall. Some stuff to get you in the winter and everything. So. Yeah, just stay tuned. Best is yet to come. So.
All right, man. I want to say thanks for coming through politicking with me.
All day, man. Appreciate you.
Is there anything we didn't cover you'd like to talk about?
What?
Is there anything that we didn't cover that you'd like to talk about?
Shit. I mean, I think we nailed damn near everything that I can think of off the rip. I don't know.
PoPolitickin.com.
Swishers. You said we ain't the dope dealing wizards. Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of swishers.
Who the fuck said I ain't the dope dealing Gandalf? Aikman on the snap, hitting Emmett with the handoff. Marley is my Emmett, Aaron Chase is my Irvin. America's team left for strips, clubs swerving. Blood full of drugs, vodka and bourbon. Young snake charmer, all I'm missing is a turban. Life is a burden, but what's the little weight when these crooked ass cops wanna hang us at the stake? Fuck it, hell can wait. That oven heating up, I'm trying to get this cake. Feed me the hate, it will only make me stronger. Do you really feel, do you ever really want to believe? Cause every day I make magic. Dope dealer tactics, I'm feeling fantastic. Quick pies, just a burn on the mat, smoking ferns. Whole squad about to earn. Y'all gon' learn. Dope dealer wizards. Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of switches.
Who said we ain't the dope dealer wizards? Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of swishes. Who said we ain't the dope dealer wizards? Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of swishes.
This that Jimi Hendrix
Hippie nigga,
plenty bitches
skinny dipping,
Hendy sipping, smoking, chronic conscience, talking, never listen. Molly kicked and cougars kissing, then our clothes go missing. Too cold to get them, so let's huddle, figure where I fit in. Please excuse me, dear Aunt Sally, but the times are different. Fuck commitment, see, I'd rather practice long division. Connoisseur of cannabis, get high and laugh at random shit. To think that I'm a genius, I'm a nerd, I guess I plan that shit. Cut till they need bandages and tell her make me sandwiches. Felt like hearing Poppy, I invited over Spanish chicks. No more locked doors.
gracias.
We listen to your goals, but I'm focused on accomplishments. It's me and my accomplices trying to make a profit. So tell me what's cuss to a motherfucking locksmith. Who said we ain't the dope dealing wizards? Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of switches.
Who said we ain't the dope dealer wizards? Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of swishes. Who said we ain't the dope dealer wizards? Mouth full of gold and a pocket full of swishes.
Sickle cell, they wish me well, pray my enemies fail. I know they want the same for me, hoping we meet in hell. Y'all got the game on pause, no memory for yourselves. Fuck it, leave it on shelves, invest in myself. 14 I'm buzzing, 40 grams in my Walkman, inhaling it often. Fat but dripping saucy, get your bitch, she on me. Took two of these, she on her knees, claim she don't do this often. Whole time I'm on my phone cause the money keep calling. Bitch, I stack it often, check that now I'm ballin'. You not gon' see me in the night cause the bank not open. I took a first class flight to that money, there was no safer route. I plan to make it out, your money flow like futons with mine's planking under Sally house. I'm naming no amounts, I need 2 safe houses and only moving tapes outside my house. My mind on money now, top coming off. When it's sunny out, I stack it up and let it go and show you what this code about, nigga.
Thanks for listening to PoPolitickin.com, a self-help meets hip-hop brand. If you are an artist or business owner wanting to be featured on PoPolitickin.com, contact us at PoPolitickin@gmail.com. That's PoPolitickin@gmail.com. Or text 760-717-5803. If you're a listener that enjoys the show and wants to support, you can donate to PoPolitickin.com via PayPal.com. Please send donations to PoPolitickin@gmail.com. Any amount will be helpful in continuing to create quality content and shows. As always, check out PoPolitickin.com for past episodes. Make sure you subscribe to PoPolitickin on iTunes, YouTube, Podomatic, Stitcher Radio, and Google Play.
Welcome to Co-NIMBY Foundation, a private family foundation incorporated in 1968, and it's dedicated to our continued mission of reflecting the family philanthropic philosophy. Our programs expand educational opportunities and creative, inclusive communities, because supporting the causes of education and community development is the hallmark of our work. The Foundation's programs have ambitious goals that seek to meet the needs of our communities. We acknowledge how important it is to have sound structures and strategies in place to achieve success in all of our programs. To learn more about our work, visit us at conimby.org and on Facebook at Conimby Foundation.